Wow. Good day, breadheads.
Hello, breadheads. Hello, Eric. Welcome to another episode of Think Fresh. This episode is very special. Do you want to tell the listeners why, Eric?
Wow. Well, listen up, kiddos. Ty and I are actually recording this live as we speak inside of his car, inside of Daddy's whip. We are parked outside of a Subway location right now, and we just ordered a 6-inch that we're about to split and eat live on the pod right now.
Yeah, it's a live unboxing. You hear that crinkle? That's the paper. So we're gonna go through what just happened. We just walked out of the way. We'll give you a play-by-play of what happened, what we ordered. Then we'll take the first bites on air. Very exciting, Eric. So neither of us were very hungry, so we decided to split a 6-inch.
Yeah, just like two bottoms, we went in there and said, "Let me get the 6-inch." Obviously, I had to settle for a vegetarian sandwich for Ty.
Thank you.
I did see the crispy chicken, but I just couldn't, I couldn't disrespect the bae like that and show up to dinner full stomached and not be able to eat. So we decided to go for the 6-inch.
Yeah.
I've just cracked it open here, and of course, just like on brand, Subway is very consistent. The Subway sandwich is upside down, and I'm looking at the bottom loaf here, and it's obviously not cut all the way through.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
how did that happen?
I don't know. I watched the guy cut for so long. His knife was so dull.
Yeah, we had him cut our 6-inch in half, so we're getting it's just a 3-way now. Just threes on each side.
Sure.
That's right. So, okay, Ty.
So let's just talk about the anatomy of this 3-inch sandwich. For a moment
let's
here.
get into it.
We took turns ordering different ingredients off the menu. We thought that would be a fun game. It's kind of like that one speech at a wedding where the two best men try to share a speech.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're holding each other's hands and we're delivering the goods to the sandwich artist here. So Ty pulled up first. Since it is a veggie sandwich, he went ahead and ordered the bread and then made me say veggie patty, which took all of my strength. I almost ordered the chicken, but I would never do that to my co-host.
I could tell he was looking for a cop-out. We asked about the Beyond Meatball. It's off the menu. Eric was living in my hell where there's no options.
I know. I had to clarify even with him, is this the only veggie option? And it turns out it sure is, dude. It's either veggie patty or nothing. Yep. And by nothing, I mean veggie delight.
So we got ourselves an ice-cold puck of corn and carrot.
Corn and carrot, baby. I actually haven't tried it, except for the one bite I had last time we were here. Yeah. So the new veggie patty.
So not only is this your first time eating a 3-inch, it'll also be your first veggie patty. Wow.
God damn it. When he pulls out the 3-inch. I don't know. I've never had the veggie patty V2. I've had the V1 a couple times, but I don't know, Ty.
Well, they have been iterating. Let me tell you, it's gotten denser, it's gotten colder, it's gotten browner. I think you're gonna love it.
It sure is. One other just observation when we walked in was, there's now a pizza restaurant next door to the Subway, and they're very prominently advertising that, their food is very carefully crafted and it's displayed very prominently outside next to Subway, and I couldn't help but, detect some shade.
I think they're throwing shade out the old way.
Yeah.
Other notable signage, both on the menu and in the window, we're hiring signage. I guess Subway is, much like many businesses, a victim of the worker shortage.
Yeah, I mean, why pay people? Why work for minimum wage when you can make minimum wage not working?
It's a good point. I think where they missed on these advertisements, though, Eric, is that they should be framing this as turn your passion into a career, because that's how you target the artists. That's how you target the creative class.
That is true. It's much like the Japanese term ikigai. If you're able to do what you love, make money doing what you love, and then what is the third thing?
And make the world a better place.
And make the world a more full place.
Yes.
Then you've achieved ikigai, and that is the goal for all artists, not just sandwich artists.
Absolutely. So with a value proposition like that, I'm not sure why why there isn't a bunch of icky guys lining up outside to get a job.
There was one icky guy inside eating a footlong meatball.
Don't don't get me started on the icky guy that served us, but
Yeah, that's true. The guy was not having it. You
once again, no women in Subway.
not a single yeah, not a single woman in there. But you would think like he would be more excited to see people and like people who are down to ask questions and talk,
Mm-hmm.
but he was just like he saw us park from the break room, and you could just see you could just see the disappointment on his
Yeah,
face
I
because we were
watched him.
smiling as we were backing into our parking stall.
He put down his Samsung phone and waddled out here.
Hmm.
We took so long to order because we were doing this kind of dual order thing. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, Ty, we have this nice, radiating sandwich in front of us. Should we get her going? Do you have any hand sanitizer?
Yeah, I do. I got my Aesop hand sanitizer here. I think I hold the sandwich.
Yeah, I'm holding it like a nice little baby.
I'll give you a little pre-meal squirt.
Please do.
Good call on the Sandy.
Hmm.
Okay, you can put that back down. I'll let you squirt yourself. Everyone's different in their portions. Hand sanitizer is
Thank
the
you.
sauce you never consider. I sanitize before every
Mhm.
meal outdoors.
Hmm. Hey, speaking of sauce, we never finished talking through what we got.
Oh yeah, Eric and I both got to pick a sauce for the sandwich.
Wait, do you want to talk through the veggies?
Okay, Eric and I both got to pick some veggies for the sandwich.
Yeah, I think you start with spinach,
Yeah.
and then I
Strong
quickly
start.
followed up, very fast follow with onions.
Yeah, very pungent, very Eric. I doubled back. I thought maybe some pickles would kind of meet him with the pungency.
Hmm. And then what? We got some banana peppers. You hit them with the cucumbers. I got
He closed
tomatoes.
out on the tom-toms.
Yeah, and then quickly navigated and pivoted into sauce. You got the house sandwich sauce. I
Yeah.
got the creamy sriracha, which is a new thing they were advertising on the top of the sneeze guard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was designed to go with the crispy chicken, but since this is the closest thing we can get to that, I think, hey, let's try it out. And then got some parm. The dude said no oregano, which was disappointing.
Another disappointment.
And then
You and I
and
both
then,
looked at each other at that moment like,
Yeah.
should we abandon the sandwich?
I know, we looked at each other like, is this even Subway anymore? Like, this place has lost its fucking soul, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Soul away.
Yeah. And then I picked up 2 cookies for Bay, which will be nice.
Good on you.
Yeah.
He's the bread winner or the cookie winner.
Hmm. Okay, Ty, I can't edge myself anymore, so let's just jump into the sandwich.
That first bite. Do you want to do the honorary tearing?
I think we should both do it.
Okay. It's like the chicken leg at Thanksgiving, or what is it? The turkey.
Oh,
Good tear.
good tear. I got the end.
Lucky you. I got the middle part.
Oh,
So
wow.
my sandwich is going to be interesting because it's a 6-inch cut in half.
Hmm.
Both sides are open-faced. I have no tip. Oh, Eric's jumping right in with a bite. Okay, here we go.
I'm in there, baby. Wow.
What do you think?
Honestly, this creamy sriracha is really putting the team on his back.
Mhm.
And it's, I think, carrying the rest of the sandwich over to victory because this tastes really fucking good, bro.
Yeah, I agree. The creamy sriracha is absolutely the MVP here. It kind of reminds me of the Chipotle Southwest, but a bit more of a limey kick.
Mm.
I'm not talking about the Brits. I'm also digging the crunch. The tomatoes looked extra crispy today. I don't know if you picked up on that. They were so white and dry. I was steering clear of them, but you put them in, and I'm actually here for it because what a satisfying snap when I bite into it.
Yeah. And, wow, you're right. That does sound pretty good. I'm hoping the breadheads are getting some ASMR action. Nice. Honestly, it's pretty good. The veggie patty is nice and warm. It doesn't really, I don't really notice it in my mouth.
No, I don't. It just kind of tastes like more of the bread. We got the multi-grain bread. What a psycho move, I know. But I wanted to set this order up as this is about experimentation today. So what better time to try the multi-grain?
Wow.
In true tip fashion, Eric's 3 inches are dripping sauce all over the napkin. I would offer you the napkin, but they only gave us one. I think we should save it for an emergency.
Yeah, definitely for the end.
Yeah.
And also, I've done a 180 on my sandwich here, and now I'm eating from the back.
I'm coming in from the back too. I never do this.
I did flip it around and started eating its ass because I had a Tom Tom sneaking out.
Hmm.
So we're here, honestly, holding together quite well.
I'm going to credit that to the multigrain. It's quite a bit thicker than I'm used to. This is some dense bread. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Now, can you taste the house sandwich sauce at all, Eric?
I'm not really sure what that's even supposed to taste like, so I can't really pick it up because I've never had the sriracha before.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just experiencing two new flavors right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the veggie patty, after your first few bites, do you think this is something that would become a regular on your personal menu?
Hmm. You know, if for whatever reason I was trying to shy away from meat, I think I would do it
Mm-hmm.
because it's the only option.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I just don't see myself getting any pleasure out of the veggie delight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm sure you're in the same boat.
Mm-hmm. No delight there.
None. Well, Ty, that was a great sandwich. We both just finished.
What the hell is that napkin, Eric? We really need it.
Is it in the bag?
Nope. Oh, there's a cup holder.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're recording this in my car.
Yeah.
2005. There's two napkins
Oh,
here.
beautiful. Look at that.
Wow. The guy. I
Eat
said
fresh,
to him,
look fresh napkin. Amazing.
I said to the artist multiple times, we're sharing this 6-inch.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised when he didn't give us two napkins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Real, user story oversight, if you
Yeah,
ask me.
I would say so. You
Um,
gotta get that acceptance criteria.
yeah, do you want to throw your napkin in here?
There, I was practice this side door up. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording in my 2005 Toyota Matrix. It's actually a pretty decent sound podcasting booth. We
Uh-huh.
couldn't be bothered to record in Subway. There was a little bit too much background noise.
Yeah, we don't want to, censor ourselves too much in front of the guests and the sandwich artist. We want it to be our full, unfiltered selves.
Not only that, but a
Whew.
booth like this allows for a little bit more ASMR when we're biting into that 6-inch.
Absolutely. The Matrix does have soundproofing capabilities, just like the Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear any rain, that's actually added in post. Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm. It's just like the AirPod Pros we're recording on.
Mm-hmm.
Noise cancellation.
Absolutely. How do you feel? I feel pretty bloated.
I feel pretty bad.
Only 3 inches.
Only 3 inches is all I can take anymore.
Yeah, I mean, last time we had 12, and we deeply regretted it. Like,
That's
we
true.
immediately felt like ass. We've been eating pretty good, since.
Mm-hmm. Much like the smoldering remains of a forest after a forest fire passes through, my mouth has this retained heat in it. It's in my lips.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going anywhere. I wish I had some buble.
That is
perhaps
true.
a Fruitopia to finish this off.
That is true. We totally should have gotten a drink. I need some Gatorade or something after that.
Yeah, some Gatorade would be good. I definitely tasted a little bit of this Aesop Mandarin rind or bergamot rind hand sanitizer when I was digging into my first few bites. I think it was the aromatics of it.
If you really stick your nose in it, it kind of smells like Ciroc.
Yeah, it does actually.
Like it reminds me of my Halloween weekend when I just dig my nose there.
That's actually helping me get over the creamy sriracha heat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm sanitizing my nasal passages.
Mm-hmm. Ty, that was great.
I like this idea of splitting a footlong with you, Eric, or in this case, a 6-inch.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about this earlier today, and the footlong sandwich, do you think that's 2 6-inches, or do you think a 6-inch is half a foot long?
That's okay. 2 6-inches equals 1 foot long. So therefore, is a foot long 2 6-inches, or is a 6-inch half a foot long? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
I honestly think it is a foot long is 2 6-inches because you get a small discount when you get a footlong.
Mm,
Like if you were to say like, oh, I want a half order, it would be exactly half price.
right,
It wouldn't be like 60% of the price. It would be like
right,
50, right?
right.
But when you say like, let me get two of them,
Then you say money. It's a bulk order.
yeah, let me get two of them
Mhm.
shits, then it's, okay, sure, I'll take some off the top for you. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
It's economics 101.
Exactly. It's macroeconomics.
Macroeconomics, because that's a big ass sandwich.
Yeah, I'm hitting all my macros with that sandwich.
Damn.
So, yeah, Ty, I think that's the answer. What do you think? Do you have anything compelling to say that it goes against what I just said?
No, no, no. This is a yes and podcast, so I have to say yes, and I would further the argument that a foot long is simply 6 inches side by side. Because I think about that one Kanye line when I order my foot long. It's like, I love this foot long girl because it proves that I can focus on two things at once.
Whoa, shit.
And that's what it is to me. It's 2 6 inches that I'm able to. I can love both my kids equally, you know?
That's really funny. So wait, tell me this then. If you were to order a foot long and you said, just much like at Panago, you say, hey, let me get, pepperoni on one side and then Hawaiian on the other, and you do that at Subway, like you said, let me get a veggie patty and
Mm-hmm.
then meatball on the other side. Is that just two sandwiches?
First of all, dairy combination, really interesting.
It's
I
kind of like
really
me
like,
and you on this podcast.
much like Raph Simmons, I like how you played with proportions there.
Hmm. Damn it.
I think that what you've created though, Eric, when you say meatball and say veggie patty, or you get the cold cut and the chicken bacon ranch,
Yes.
you're creating a meat discrepancy.
Okay.
So you're putting the sandwich artist in a compromising position where now they need to, if you want to get that foot long price, they need to make a decision about what to charge you.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
This is
interesting.
where the whole Subway model breaks, because what they should be doing is charging by the inch from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, so then that way you would be able to charge 6 inches of X and 6 inches of Y
Mm-hmm.
and get a fair market price, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That
the
makes a lot
fish
of
of the
sense.
day.
Yep. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. So then are they forced to charge you like a 6 inch price times two?
In
And
that
then you're saying
scenario,
like,
yes.
yo, put it in the same bag? Like,
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, in a perfect world, I could do a whole tasty flight, Eric. 3 inches of veggie patty, 3 inches of veggie delight, 3 inches of falafel, rest in peace, 3 inches of
mm-hmm.
beyond meatball.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna keep referencing the falafel in this podcast like it
Yeah,
never left.
it's never gonna die.
Yeah.
Um, that would be my actual ideal sandwich. Would be this like tour to Italy, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
this craft tasting flight.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. The rainbow roll of footlongs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a tricky situation. I find it quite hard to commit to 12 inches of one type of sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I might want to go with I might go with two more related types of food, like the pizza sub and the meatball.
Mm-hmm.
That might go well.
That would be
Or
good.
my patented chicken parm sandwich
Mm-hmm.
and the BMT just to get the tour to Eric.
Mm-hmm. All good sandwiches. I love that lineup for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the music festival of your mouth.
Hmm. Hmm. Got two
Mm-hmm.
headliners.
Wow. Now, knowing that the sauce is really the only thing that has any flavor at all at this restaurant, you
Wow, a stretch calling it a restaurant. Go
I'm
on.
sorry,
Eatery.
eatery. Honestly, at this point, it's like kind of like a convenience store.
Yeah, it's basically a bodega, honestly. Like you got some really stale vegetables,
Mm-hmm. Bunch of
really stale meat.
name brand like snacks and pops.
Yeah, like very mainstream beverages like Gatorade and Milk to Go
Yeah,
that aren't related. And then you got like you got some good dude sitting there eating by himself, eating a chopped cheese by himself.
yeah.
And then you got Ak behind the line who
Mm-hmm.
is, staring at you, asking, what you're doing here so late. Are you okay?
Shouldn't you be home?
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
very, very much a bodega.
mhm.
But to bring this conversation back to the sauces, Eric. So let's say that it doesn't really matter what protein you get. It doesn't really matter the toppings. It's simply the sauce that determines the meal.
Mhm.
That is a little bit more ergonomic for the sandwich artist as well if you want to do a tour to sandwich rainbow roll, because you could do a couple inches of one sauce, a couple inches of another, and then so on and so forth all
I
the way
love that
across.
idea.
I like this too. I like this a lot.
That is amazing, and we should absolutely try that one day.
Mm-hmm. I think what's cool about that too is like I always try to layer the sauces because I think there's like complexity created in the
Hmm.
flavor profile. You know, the flavor triangle of creamy, spicy, and sweet, right?
Yes.
And I'm trying to hit all three in every bite, but perhaps I would have a better sandwich if I pivoted between the three.
Hmm. That's quite interesting. I like the idea of like not knowing which sauce comes next. So every bite is like a little bit of a surprise.
Mm,
Hmm.
love that.
Like it's just a wet surprise in your mouth every time you take a bite.
Give me one of those wet surprises.
Absolutely.
That's a
Wow.
good chance to give the artist a bit of chance to flex as well. For
Hmm.
example, you could say any three sauces. I want a different sauce every 4 inches. You choose today.
Wow. And then you say, I won't look.
I won't look.
That could be potentially very dangerous
Yeah.
because then they might look you and said like this motherfucker like is fucking with me, and then they're just gonna spit in your sandwich.
Yeah, it's like I didn't ask for that
And
sauce.
you're just standing there with your eyes closed like a fucking retard.
Yes,
Like,
thank
yes,
you.
wow, this is awesome. And then he's fucking a loogie deep in your full awful, bro.
Damn, and then I'm
That's
sitting down at the
crazy.
table 5 minutes later being like, ranch.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, wow. House sauce. That's a house sauce.
So this is the house sauce. This must be.
Oh man, that's the Aki
Darn.
way for sure. Speaking of rainbow rolls, I think you know another way you could potentially play with the Subway menu and really innovate is to literally roll up your sandwich.
Mm.
I think if you were to get the flatbread, that's much like a flattened layer of sushi rice,
Mm-hmm.
and you could like make that into, I don't know, a pizza roll, for example. You could like layer some marinara on there,
Mm-hmm.
throw some cheese, roll that up, and then toast it,
Wow.
and that would be like a pizza roll.
I love that. It's like a calzone meets a hot pocket.
Yeah, yo, let me get some hot top.
Hot top. But it's also like it has the topology of a cinnamon roll.
Hmm. Wow, and then you can even like get them to cut every inch, and then
Oh,
you have
cool.
like little tiny cinnamon rolls
Damn.
made of pizza.
Why are you rolling up to a party with a cookie platter when you could bring a fresh calzone?
Holy shit! If you were to like do that, if you were to black out that hard at Subway and then bring that to a party, that's so much to unpack. I have like so many questions for you if you do that.
Yeah, it's like, how did you get to this point?
Yeah, like why'd you think to go to Subway to like get food for this party?
Yeah.
Two, how the fuck did you even know to make this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Three, they actually did it. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You
Four,
must listen to
bro,
Think Fresh
yeah,
podcast
you
then.
must be a breadhead. That's breadhead energy right there.
To both be bottoming out and transcending at the exact same time.
Hmm. The only time we can like really go crazy and transcend is when you are at rock bottom, just like this
It's
podcast.
true. Like, that's some My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy shit right there.
Exactly. We're playing the blame game with ourselves.
Yes, we are. That's one hell of a sandwich.
Hmm. The whole time you're ordering at Subway, it's a blame game. Who who made who made this horrible sandwich? Was it me or the sandwich artist?
Uh, yeah. You can only blame yourself.
Hmm.
A bad artist blames their tools.
Wow.
And so, does that mean that we both
We're tools.
collectively are we the tool?
We're a bunch of tools going to the Subway.
That dull ass knife was definitely certainly a tool. But
That's true. Our artist pulled out the longest knife I've ever seen at Subway. I asked Ty if it was new, and he was like, "No, no, sir, that's old.
just watch
That's
it.
the
Just
old time."
watch it cut. Did you
Yeah,
watch it squish? I watched it squish. The dude couldn't
hmm
even get through it all.
yeah, man. New knife, old tricks, I guess.
The sandwich is 2 inches tall, and he could only get through 1.5 inches of it.
Hmm.
He gave up.
Was it
Some
because our
logger.
sandwich was so small that he didn't know where to place his fingers when he was cutting it?
He was struggling. He only had 3 inches on either side to daintily place his fingertips.
Hmm.
I'm sure he was worried about a cut.
Hmm.
That's how you know this isn't a real kitchen, because a real kitchen, they're chopping things, they're dicing, they're slicing,
That's
they're
true.
cutting their fingers all the time. Do you think a sandwich artist ever cuts their finger, get a little blood in the marinara?
Yeah, blood on my hands. I think absolutely that happens, and probably more than you think. I'm sure we've eaten a fingernail or two that
Probably.
we don't know about.
Yeah, I thought that was the satisfying crunch of the tomato.
Mm-hmm. That's
just
true.
as white.
That's true.
Well, I'm really excited about this calzone idea, Eric. The idea of rolling up a flatbread is also a compelling way to eat the flatbread. Have you eaten a flatbread before at Subway? It's goddamn difficult.
No, how do you even do it? Is it like, do they just fold it in half? Is that
They
how it's made?
they barely even fold it in half because it has this like kind of like springiness to it that makes it want
Uh-huh.
to pop back open. So the whole time you're holding it, like it feels like you're just holding a wet t-shirt and like it's just like dripping out the side. And
Oh
if you like
no.
tip it too much in one direction, you're
Yeah.
gonna pour all the water out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just realized that they got rid of the flatbread,
Oh
right?
shit! I
It,
didn't see it on the menu.
yeah. I think they only have like three like types of bread, and then like they got like a potato bun.
Wow.
Like is that accurate? Like, what other bread options are
I
there?
didn't see flatbread on the menu today. Something's not right here. That was such a popular bread option.
Was it though? Like,
I
I'm
don't know.
pretty sure everyone just ordered it once and then never again.
It's true.
Man, Subway changes so much before our eyes. Like, it's crazy.
Damn, for a restaurant that like on the surface never really changes, there's a lot of change happening in
Hmm.
the details.
Hmm. In the, you know, 2 years almost of this podcast,
Damn.
we have witnessed so many changes within Subway. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess let's include the year before this podcast started,
Mm-hmm.
because that's actually when the podcast started.
We were doing
We
field
were we were doing
research.
field research
Yes.
for a year before episode one. We were actually in the field eating our way through the menu, and
Mm-hmm.
in that time they've introduced wraps.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they introduced all these like alt bread options.
Yeah. The alt
Um,
bread seems really blowing up.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then also during this podcast, like 20 episodes ago, they changed the entire menu.
It's
They
incredible.
they got rid of so much stuff. They added new things. Um, the drink, you know, the drink fridge is identical to what it was 3 to 5 years ago.
Yeah, some things don't change. That's the other crazy thing. Like you look in, I can look through my windshield, through the rain, through the pane of Subway right now, and I can see that little
Hmm.
sandwich artist working in the lighting fixtures. There's still that dim yellow glow on the wall.
Yeah.
I can see that dusty picture of a red onion just
Hmm.
floating in the center of the room.
Hmm. Exactly.
That faux brick wall
Yeah.
lining the back
Yeah.
behind the counter.
We have our sad little frontline worker standing there with his elbows on the cutting board,
Mm-hmm.
contemplating life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the young man who was eating a footlong meatball is, I believe, still sitting in there.
Yeah,
Spending more than like 15 minutes here is crazy.
yeah,
And I guess this guy got real comfortable because he's just in there by himself.
yeah. Surpassing that 20-minute mark should be a jailable offense, but this man seems to be
Hmm.
lost in a Samsung device.
Hmm. It's also the first time Ty and I had ordered a sandwich to go.
Yes.
I think we might have done it once and eaten it like directly outside,
Mm-hmm.
like on the other side. But this is the first time we've like entered a new space, and I consider this Rolls Royce a different space.
Mm-hmm.
So
Same.
this is basically indoors. So
I
we've
feel
gone to a different building.
wow. It's both so close. I feel like I'm only
Hmm.
15 meters away from the sandwich artist, but so far. Because I feel like I'm in a whole other dimension. The smells here are different. The vibe is different.
Absolutely,
So much more peaceful.
absolutely.
My teakwood and tobacco car air freshener is starting to return. Nature is healing. I no
Hmm.
longer smell that multigrain bread wafting in the car.
Hmm. Absolutely. The Aesop hand sanitizer has cleansed my hands. Father cleansed my hands of the sins that I've just committed.
Yes. Yeah, we came, we purged, we confessed.
That is true. I am about to go purge. Um, and on that note, Ty, I think I'm ready for you to take me home.
All right, Poppy's home.
Poppy's home.
All right, thanks for
Breadheads.
listening, Breadheads.
Thank you so much. And we hope you enjoyed this live eating.
Yeah, there's one thing you should take away from this podcast today. 3 inches just might be enough.
Hmm. Absolutely. 6 inches is like enough for a grown man who's
Mm-hmm.
bulking. You never really need 12. Let's
No,
just be honest.
we're a shell of our former self, Eric.
Hmm. Well, thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. Tune in next time, I think Friday, And yeah, have a great
Mhm.
one, guys.
Yeah, think fresh, everybody.
Think fresh.